Quebec pulls the plug on its fast track to permanent residency. What that means for students and workers. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Big news is coming out of Quebec. The province is officially shutting down one of Canada's fastest and most popular routes to permanent residency. For years, international students and temporary workers could count on Quebec's fast-track system to move from study or work straight into permanent status. But now that path is being replaced with a tougher and more selective process that changes the game completely. If you're studying, working, or planning to move to Quebec soon, this update directly affects your future. We'll break down why the government made this move, what's replacing the program, and how you can still build a strong pathway to stay in Canada. And here's something most people haven't heard yet, a lesser-known opportunity that could still give Quebec-bound immigrants an edge. It's called Hidden Avenue for Quebec-bound immigrants that most don't know about, but you'll want to, and we'll reveal exactly how it works later in this video. So make sure to watch till the end to uncover that secret strategy, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an important immigration update. Let's get started. What's going on in Quebec's immigration world? For years, Quebec offered one of Canada's fastest pathways to permanent residency through the Programme de l'Expérience québécoise, or PEQ. This program allowed international graduates and temporary foreign workers with Quebec experience to apply for a Certificat de sélection du Québec and then move to permanent residence within months. But everything changed when the government of Quebec announced on November 6, 2025, that it will end the PEQ on November 19, 2025. The popular fast-track system will be replaced by a new and stricter framework called the Programme de sélection des travailleurs qualifiés, or PSTQ. This decision is part of Quebec's 2026 to 2029 immigration framework, which introduces tighter immigration caps, stronger French language requirements, and a focus on better integrating newcomers into the workforce and local communities. In simple terms, this means that international students, recent graduates, and foreign workers in Quebec now face a different and far more selective system. The problem, the fast track disappears. Thousands of international students and temporary workers have lost the shortcut they once had. Under the old PEQ, completing eligible studies or gaining local work experience could lead directly to permanent residency. Now, with the PEQ gone, the road is longer, the competition tougher, and the criteria stricter. Quebec's Ministry of Immigration, Francisation, and Integration explained that the decision came from rising pressure on housing, social services, and the job market as the number of temporary residents surged. By setting a cap of 45,000 permanent residents per year, starting in 2026, the government hopes to maintain control over integration and resource planning. Another big change is consolidation. Instead of multiple fast-track streams, the PSTQ becomes the single skilled worker program for Quebec. The timing is also crucial. With the November 19, 2025 deadline approaching, applicants are racing to submit before the door officially closes. After that date, no new PEQ applications will be accepted. In short, the easy route is gone. Competition is higher, requirements are tougher, and every applicant now needs a clear plan to adapt. Why this matters to students and workers? For international students. Many international students once saw Quebec as a quick and guaranteed path to permanent residency. Under the PEQ graduate stream, all they needed was an eligible Quebec diploma, full-time study status, and proof of French ability. Now, new students must align with PSTQ requirements, which emphasize job offers, French language proficiency, and regional settlement. Here's what this means. Education choices matter more than ever. The study program you choose can determine whether you'll qualify under the PSTQ. Post-graduation plans are critical. Work permit holders will now face a tougher transition to permanent status. French is non-negotiable. Quebec wants a higher share of newcomers fluent in French by 2029, so language training is now essential for staying competitive. The message is clear. The path to PR is still possible, just harder and more selective. For temporary foreign workers, industries like construction, hospitality, healthcare, manufacturing, and agriculture rely heavily on temporary foreign workers and permanent residents. For many of these workers, the PEQ was the main pathway to stability. With the program's closure, workers will need to accumulate more experience or transition to PSTQ, which demands stronger language skills, validated job offers, and higher overall points. Employers in sectors such as hotels, factories, farms, and logistics will now face more challenges retaining skilled workers, since the easy conversion from temporary to permanent status is gone. For some workers, this may mean staying on temporary status longer or even relocating to another province to achieve PR faster. The bigger picture: Quebec's immigration reset. This move is part of a larger overhaul of Quebec's immigration system. Under the 2026 to 2029 immigration plan, the province is reducing its annual PR target to 45,000, compared to nearly 60,000 in recent years. For the first time, the province also plans to limit temporary residents, including international students and work permit holders, by roughly 13% by 2029. The government is also strengthening regional settlement incentives to encourage newcomers to live outside of Montreal, while prioritizing French integration across all immigration categories. Additionally, several pilot programs, including those in food processing, artificial intelligence, and visual effects, will close by January 1st, 2026. This marks a shift toward a more controlled, regionally balanced immigration model. The fast-track era is over, and Quebec is moving toward a selective, language-driven system focused on long-term integration, what you need to know before it's too late. The final deadline for PAQ applications is November 19th, 2025. After that date, the window closes for good. If you're already eligible, you should apply immediately. The Quebec government has confirmed that pending applications submitted before the deadline will still be processed. For those not yet eligible, the strategy should shift toward the new PSTQ system. You'll need to strengthen your French, target regional job offers, and prepare for longer processing times. The sooner you act, the better positioned you'll be once the transition is complete. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Hidden avenue for Quebec-bound immigrants that most don't know about, but you'll want to. While the fast-track PEQ is ending, there's a lesser-known opportunity that could still give students and workers in Quebec a major advantage. It's what we call a strategic pre-arrival reset. This means planning your education, work experience, and French training to align perfectly with the PSTQ's selection criteria. Even before you apply, here's how to make it work. 1. Choose the right Quebec programs or industries. Prioritize skilled trades, healthcare, or engineering, sectors where Quebec employers face ongoing labor shortages. 2. Get a validated job offer. Aim for employers outside Montreal, where regional settlement is encouraged and may earn you additional points under the PSTQ. 3. Upgrade your French skills quickly. TEF or TCF Quebec certifications will strengthen your application and boost your employability. 4. Register early in Quebec's ARIMA system. Keep your expression of interest profile active and updated with new achievements or job offers. 5. Prepare for longer timelines. While PSTQ may take longer to process, those who prepare early and stay consistent will have an advantage once the program becomes the main pathway. By being proactive and strategic, you can turn this policy shift into an opportunity instead of a setback. Quebec isn't closing its doors. It's changing how people enter. What this means for employers and institutions. The decision also impacts universities, colleges, and businesses across Quebec. Schools that previously promoted the study in Quebec, get PR fast message will now have to reset expectations. Employers in key sectors like manufacturing, hospitality, and healthcare need to adapt as well. Retaining foreign talent will now require stronger language support, job validation, and long-term planning. Businesses that act early by offering French training or supporting PSTQ eligibility will attract and keep better workers in the long run. The solution: how to stay ahead. 1. If you qualify for PEQ now, apply immediately before November 19th, 2025. 2. If you're not yet eligible, prepare for PSTQ. Focus on French, job offers, and regional settlement plans. 3. Build a stronger profile. Upgrade your skills, gain local work experience, and participate in Quebec's regional programs. 4. Use federal or other provincial pathways as backups. Express entry and PNPs remain options for those unable to meet Quebec's new rules. 5. Employers should adapt early. Offer support to workers navigating the transition to ensure retention and compliance. Quebec's decision to end its fast-track program marks the end of an era, but not the end of opportunity. The rules may be tougher, but those who prepare early, strengthen their French, and plan strategically can still build a clear path to permanent residency. Change always brings challenges, but it also creates new openings for those who know how to adapt. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future updates about Canada's immigration changes and insider strategies to stay ahead. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.